Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here. You may have noticed that I now have a new Epcot Center mug. And any minute now, this Keurig is going to start brewing and festooning delicious Dunkin' Donuts K-Cups that I keep right up here in the cupboard. It's my second channel, daily vlog channel. It's the Daily Woo, and you can see that I washed that Mickey plate that I got yesterday. This is my home, and I am going to do a vlog announcing now that I am putting out the statement, I'm putting out the announcement that I am taking into consideration the possibility of actually taking on a roommate. I have a 2-bedroom place here in Orange County, California, and I want to give you some of the specifics and some of the regulations and some of the thoughts that I have in my mind. I'm kind of on the fence with whether I should stay in California, whether I should move, whether I should uproot. I spent a good 2 years of my life sleeping in the back of a van, traveling around, filming things, and now I have transitioned into flying different places because the price of gas for my van is pretty expensive. Even though gas is dropping, it is more reasonable to book a flight and rent a car and travel that way. Plus, it is nice to actually have a place to lay my head, a place to call home. Now, things have changed since I first moved in here 1 year ago. I just celebrated 2 days ago, I think it was, the 1-year anniversary of actually moving in to my Orange County home. And a lot has changed in a year. I used to have roommates. I lived with Tyler Evans, rock journalist. I lived with Madam the Woo. That relationship ended. My relationship with Tyler is still going strong, but he actually lives in Georgia, so he is no longer sharing the rent or the utility bills here because he does not actually live here, and he has uprooted and went back to his home in Georgia. So I have been thinking, by the way, look at this. Here's that mug, weird vase I bought yesterday. So I have been thinking, should I just uproot again and travel? Should I stay put and keep my home base? And I started looking at the price that I pay for here. I thought about getting a 1-bedroom, and I'm really only saving a couple $100, maybe $200 to $300 total, if I was to leave here and move somewhere else. And I don't really think that that is a good idea. The place that I have is actually a super awesome place, and I do not think I would find something for the price that I am paying, even though it is kind of exorbitant compared to the rest of the country. I do not think I would find a place like this in this area for this price if I so choose to actually move out and pretty much continue on with doing other things than living here in Orange County. So I'm thinking about taking a roommate. Now, what does this mean? This does not mean the first person that comes along that says, hey, here's some money for me to move in will be accepted to actually move into the room at the door. I'm actually going to show you the room back there. This is a roommate application. This means we will be emailing quite a few times. We will be talking on the phone after we get to know each other through email, or hopefully a friend of a friend that I already know. That way it'll be a lot easier to get to know that said person can actually move in. I'm just putting out the feelers, if you will, to see if this is a viable option for me. Here are the awesome points about where I live. I am about 5 to 6 miles, between 5 and 6 miles from the Disneyland resort. It takes me, when traffic is good, which in the morning, it's always good in the morning time, to get to Disneyland, I can get there in 10 minutes flat. I've actually timed it from the parking garage to my front door in 10 minutes, which is pretty awesome. So if you're a big Disney fan, this is the place for you to be. There is a parking spot. You will have your own parking spot. You don't have to worry about street parking, any of that. You will have your own parking spot. Southern California gets very busy with parking, but rest assured, if you decide to take me up on this offer, that you will have your own parking spot as well. It is also within a mile from the Orange Circle, which is like this really cool area where you can do shopping, you can eat stuff, things like that. A lot of cool things. Freeways very close by. There are malls very close by. A lot of stuff. Plus, if you are thinking about going to Los Angeles, let's say you're not from the Los Angeles area, you live somewhere else in the country, you've always wanted to move to LA. This is the greater Los Angeles area. It's Orange County, it's not LA County, but it only takes about 45 minutes when traffic is good to get up to LA. When traffic's bad, it can take an hour to an hour and a half. But certain times of the day, if you know how to play your cards right, you can get up to Los Angeles, Hollywood Boulevard, Burbank, and all that in about 45 minutes to an hour or less. So we all here in Orange County, even though people from Orange County don't like to say they're from LA, I am basically new to this area, and I like to say I live in the greater Los Angeles area. Here are the stipulations, basically. Now, none of these will actually be things that I will shun completely 100% upon, but these are things that I prefer. I prefer someone who, if they drink, they are not a party animal. They do not have a bunch of people over here all the time hanging out. They're kind of a recluse like me and have an adventurer spirit like me in the form of creativity. Either they do YouTube video. I would love for someone who does YouTube videos to actually be my roommate and actually move in. That way we can collaborate, we can help each other out, and they are on the same mindset as I am. The biggest reason that I want someone to move in here, obviously, is the financial aspect, but also to actually have someone here watching my home while I'm out traveling. So that is kind of the two main perks. Of course, the financial aspect definitely weighs in considerably, but those are the two main things. So basically, if you so choose to fill out this, not really a form for a roommate application, but if you decide to hit me up on Twitter, TheDailyWoo on Twitter, contact me on there. If you are interested, please, 100% interest only, non-flippant ideas in people's heads if they're just like, oh, I'd really like to maybe move in there possibly. You have to be dedicated to this idea. If you are, get a hold of me on Twitter, TheDailyWoo on Twitter. Let's talk about pricing. Basically, where I live is just shy of $2,000 a month in rent. Now, if you are from Kentucky, if you are from Louisiana in a small town in anywhere other than California, unless you live in New York City or maybe Miami, you're probably saying, that's a heck of a lot of money. And it is, but there is a lot of things out here to do. So rent is just shy of $2,000. I have what they call the master bedroom, and this was actually where Tyler lived. I was in this room here. Tyler was in the back room. There is a bathroom in the back room, and there's also this bathroom here in the hallway. Now, I was thinking instead of splitting the rent, instead of doing it $1,000 each, the person who decides, who so deems to fill out this roommate application, if they so choose, would get that room right over there, and that bathroom in the hallway, that would be your own personal bathroom because I have one at the end of the hallway. The person who moves in there would pay $800 a month. This would include parking. This would include paying rent on that room, and then we would take the utilities and we would cut them in half. That includes heat, that includes air conditioning, that includes Wi-Fi, and I have super fast, the fastest Wi-Fi imaginable because I do YouTube. I'm always uploading YouTube videos. So Netflix, the speed of Netflix is always good. Streaming is always good. And the utility bills here, this house actually is very cool for being, that sometimes when it's hot outside, I don't even turn the air on in this house until late August, early to mid to late August, and we only ran the air for about a month. So the utility bill is only usually about $50, so half of $50 is not that bad. The Wi-Fi bill is about $75. So all in all, you're probably only going to be paying about $75, maybe $100 tops in the hottest point of the summer. So basically, you figured $800 plus another $100. So at the most, you would pay $900 to live in Orange County, California, to be 5 miles or 5 to 6 miles from Disneyland. So here is the room down the horror hallway, and I call it that because of the horror themed. So as you walk in here, here was my old room before I moved into Tyler's room after he left. So this is the room in question. You can see it's not a gargantuan room, but it is a pretty good sized room. I used to have my bed right here. I have a queen size bed that fit right here. This closet is massive. It's a rolling closet. It's not a walk-in closet, but it's pretty huge. You see how huge the closet is? I used to have my desk over here, And I used to have a big shelving unit right there inside this room. So you can see how good size this room actually is. And then the bathroom, which is right over here next to old Frankenstein, you can see inside the bathroom right there. So there you go. Okay, so that's basically it. This might not come to fruition. I might talk to a few people and that we might not gel together. And like a former boss that I had told me when he hired me one time, I'm going to hire you, and if it doesn't work out, we will part as friends. So please, no hard feelings if you decide, hey, I want to move in there, and you get your hopes up. We hang out a few times, and then you realize Adam is not really leaning in my direction. I have to think of myself first, because I cannot just have anyone randomly moving in. It needs to be a kinship. We need to become friends first, and then, even though it will probably happen very quickly, you can become the roommate. I would rather have a single person, preferably a male, but I am not going to shun out a female or a couple, but I would preferably be a male, and preferably someone who actually does either YouTube or artwork, things of the creative nature, because I am a very creative and passionate person about those types of things. So let me reiterate, close to Disney, about a mile and a half from the Orange Circle, the Orange Plaza, Orange County, California, basically on the Anaheim, Orange, Santa Ana region line, basically. About 30 to 45 minutes to an hour, depending on traffic from Los Angeles, where you're going in Los Angeles. $800 a month plus half of the utilities. Pretty much once you get a hold of me, we hang out. We can either talk through email, then maybe talk on the phone, then maybe meet up. We will decide together if this is something you wanted to do. And then after I feel like I know you well enough and know your intentions, I will invite you over here. You can check out the homestead and decide what you want to do. This is not going to change whether or not my decision is to stay here or not, but this is definitely going to help me out considerably by having someone fill that room. Watch over the place when I am not here and I'm traveling. I've talked a lot, said so much, yet I've said so little. Check down below for my teachers, adamthewoo.spreadshirt.com. That really helps me out to fuel the woo, to travel, to put gas in the van, to book the flights, the rental cars, to travel all over and film and edit and do crazy things in my life and in the world and actually bring you along with me. So thespreadshirt.com really helps, as well as Adam the Woo on Patreon. Please keep your pledges $5 at the most, or under if you so. You can be a vicarious roommate and not actually live here at all, but just help support by using the Patreon, Adam the Woo on Patreon. Twitter is the best way to get a hold of me. Follow me on Twitter. Send me some tweets. I can actually message you. If you follow me on Twitter, I can send you a message and we can discuss this further. This is effective immediately. Hope to hear from some of you guys. Please keep what I was saying. And oh, by the way, no smoking in the house. That is 100% a rule. If you do smoke, you can smoke out on the porch or out front or anywhere like that. But no actual smoking in the house, and no pets allowed. No cats, no dogs. And that is per my landlord. My Mr. Furley has those rules in place. Okay, there's a lot of other things I want to talk about, but we will talk about those on a more detailed matter when you get a hold of me. If you get a hold of me. Maybe no one wants to live here with me. Maybe I'm meant to be alone forever.